Okay. Um, Once again, uh, proud of the victory. Thought our guys played very good this past week. After watching the film, did some really good things. Just executed well in all areas. Guys played extremely hard. Fundamentally, we're doing some very good things, and so that's good. There's a lot to build on. Hopefully, we'll have another great week with a bunch of disciplined, focused execution here this week. We're going to need to play our very best. There's no question about that when you're going in to play at Georgia and what Kirby's done there and the team that he has put together. Um, you see why they're ranked the number one team in the country and leading and dominating in the defensive statistical categories. And playing extremely well offensively. Just a complete football team. They'll also hurt you at any given moment. And special teams, so they're playing well in all areas. Very talented football team, very well coached, and a great challenge ahead of us. We're worried about ourselves in our preparation, and that's why we've been getting better as the season's progressed. Is because of the way we've approached the weeks and the way we've approached practice, and that'll be no different this week. And as I mentioned the last couple weeks, if you want to continue to play in good big games, then just take care of the business that you have right in front of you. And for us, it'll be a great start to the week with a great Monday practice and getting these mistakes that we made in the past game cleaned up and preparing for Georgia. So. Excited about the week, just getting ready and going back to practice. And again, I've told you that each and every week. It really doesn't matter to us who we play. They're all big games when you want to win and prepare. So it's about the preparation. It's about what we do here this week, and looking forward to getting back to work with the players.
Mark, this game has all the makings of being much like an NFL playoff game. How do you see it?
I really don't even look at it like that at all myself, but you could look at it how you want. For us, it's another week. I mean, it's the next game, and so for us, we've just got to have a great week of preparation and continue to get better, continue to cultivate the good things we're doing, and get better.
Not to get too hyped and keeping the place from getting too hyped. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's never any different. Have you ever heard anything different? In 9 years. I mean, that's not coach speak. That's the way it is.
Mark Octavius is not on the depth chart.
Yeah, Octavius unfortunately will be out for the remainder of the season. So that's a big loss for us considering Marquand is already down and Octavius was playing. He played his best game. This past week he played his best game. So it's unfortunate. It got hurt late in the game. Pardon me?
What exactly was the injury?
Yeah, I know what it is. It's a lower. It's out for the year. It's a lower leg.
Now, Mark, the Big Blue Nation has been great at showing up here at home for the last couple of weeks. How important and how enthused would you be to see the same type of fan support going down I-75 in Athens?
Well, I expect us to have be loud as we can be. With as many tickets as they allot us, but I'll always appreciate our fans and showing up, and hopefully we will hear the amount of people that we have there.
Last week you said that Saunders, he had kind of a wake-up moment, if you will. How much do you got to move guys around to kind of fill that void?
We do. We have to move some guys around. We have to get better at some of the guys that are going to be forced into playing time. We have to look at all aspects of the things that we're doing and what they do best and try to have it by committee and moving guys around and look at different ways on third down. But the thing about Georgia is what's difficult is there's no masking things. They're very well coached and very physical, and so you have to play them. Of course, there's game plans and change ups and things, but you have to just match up, and that's difficult to do. But we have to get better. We have to have ways to protect certain guys, but with them, it's you just have to man up and play.
So Mark, you're saying that they are who they are, and you guys have to be who you are.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that Georgia is so balanced and so physical and so good in in so many ways. When we have guys that are out or whatever, there's just no protecting guys. Certain teams we play, we could run simulated pressures, do different things, try to but with them, you just have to man up and play. You got to play, and we got to play it to a high level.
Given the looks and blitz packages Georgia likes to bring defensively, what kind of challenge? I mean, it's going to be big, obviously, for Will Levis. Could you talk about that a little bit?
I'm sorry, repeat that, Dick.
Given the looks and blitz packages that Georgia likes to use, talk about the challenge for Will this week.
Yeah, they put a lot of pressure on you because they're good. Just in lining up in their base defense and playing, they're good. And then you start mixing in any kind of pressures or different looks, and getting the big thing for Will be him having some time. The protection being good, guys getting open. It'll be a challenge for everybody. I mean, they give up 200 yards a game or something ridiculous. They're number one in our league by like 100 and some yards, and giving up 50 some a game in rushing. I mean, they're playing at a ridiculous level defensively.
That's true, but you've also been pretty close the last few years. Like, you've been able to move the ball, but not necessarily score. How are those teams that you've played recently against Georgia? How's this one different than
the teams that we played, or
like
other
the
teams?
last
Yeah.
2 years playing close?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't go back and look at much, that way as far as personnel. Look at scheme, taking a big picture look at what they like to do against us and what we've done well. But as you know, we're quite different offensively. But you still go back and look, and you're right. I mean, if you have any success, your margin for error is very small in this game, as you know. Because they're so good and talented and can hurt you in so many ways. So you have to take advantage of any and all opportunities you have.
It gives y'all any confidence, your guys any confidence knowing that it has been close?
Well, it should give us confidence just the way we're getting better as this season goes on, the way we're playing, and again our preparation. That's where it comes from, and just being disciplined throughout the week. And that's all my message. It's always that way. That we have to worry about ourselves, and just have a disciplined preparation. Sacrifice some things as far as sleeping and watching some film and being dialed in for a big opportunity. But our guys do that no matter who they play, and it gets late in the season. You can tell we're beat up. I mean, we got guys injured, and you start getting thin. So we have to just do the very best we can with who we got and what's going on, and our guys playing at a high level.
I'm not sure that you listed on the depth chart, but Cohen said he's been working to try and get back to this. Do you expect he might be able to go? Or?
It looks doubtful at this point, yeah.
Is it fair to say that Levis is a football player?
Yeah, he's.
He's blood like a boxer. He's ready to go.
It's fair to say, Lonnie, that he's a good football player, and just with the way he runs, the way he ad-libbed a little bit. We do a lot of different things, as you could tell, with a lot of different shifts, motions, different actions in the run game. Whether it's a bad snap or a bobbled snap, he's made plays with certain things. He has. The other day, we were mixed up on a play. He turns around and runs it for 8 yards or something, so just things of that nature. He's playing very good football, and really watching that film, Will really definitely played a complete game. I mentioned after the game that I thought he really started well, but really played good the entire game. He really did some good things. Some of those throws he made, even on the incompletion of Wandell, was just a beautiful pass, and he just he played at a very high level and threw some really impressive throws.
Mark, I'm
In
saying
this position, you've mentioned several times every game is a learning opportunity, win or lose. You guys were in a similar position in 2018 against Anything you learned from that experience that can be applied for?
I think you do. I mean, there's nothing for me to talk about with that or anything, but the guys know. I mean, the players that have been around, as I mentioned, the leaders, guys that have been here, for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, they understand the situations and different, learning opportunities and things that we learned from that game. I mean, I'm not going to get into it because it was 2 years ago, but I believe as an organization, you get better with every opportunity. And I think we're getting better each and every day.
What's the best defense you've faced since you've been here?
What is?
Is this the best defense you've faced since you've been here?
It's hard to argue that. I really haven't put much thought into other great defenses. We certainly have played a lot of, great defenses through my time here. I didn't put any thought in that, but you watch these guys on film, and it's another level. It's another level of good. It's really impressive what they're doing defensively.
Mark, I'd say that the key to beating LSU was preparation. What else might have been a big key factor in defeating LSU that helped you prepare for this game with Georgia?
Well, last week, was just about hitting the reset button again and having focused, disciplined hours of disciplined preparation. And, again, it goes into the sacrifice that you make throughout the week to have great practices, to get sleep, to get to class, to eat right, a lot of things that go into it. And hours and hours of focused, disciplined preparation, whether it's in film or on the practice field, and staying true to who we are. As I always mention, you're always, building and cultivating the good things that we do and finding ways, to, help exploit that and get better in those areas, and areas where we're falling short, work to get better. Good.
How much are you enjoying this process this season for your players? I know you've been involved in a lot of big games in your career, but it's a great opportunity for them.
But anytime you see, you have success and you see them and you're around them, this is, as you know, it's brutally hard. I mean, it's just hard. Football's a hard game. Playing at this level, playing the SEC, and it's hard. So anytime they have success, it's fun for them. But why? Why are you having success? Is what you really dig into. Not so much, everybody's happy. Everybody wants to win. But what are those steps you're taking to put yourself in a position to win is more what we concentrate on.
We've
Mark,
talked
what's
a
your
lot
relationship
about.
like with Kirby Smart?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
We've talked a lot about their defense, but offensively, they put a lot of stress on you with that tight end. What does that do in your pro?
That guy's impressive. Brock Bowers, man, as a freshman, really impressive player. Just he's a guy that jumps out at you all year for a freshman. Really quite impressive player. You just put stress on you anytime in that position because they're good everywhere. You know what I mean? When you're physical and you have the backs that they have and the wideouts that can hurt you outside, you pick your spot. They'll put stress on you.
Your relationship with Kirby Smart, what is that like?
Kirby? Oh, I have a real good relationship with Kirby, and I think a lot of him as a coach. So.
With the handful of plays that you didn't have Darian or Dare in that game, it looked like Kenneth moved over to tackle. Was Jeremy available Saturday, or were you just moving guys around there?
No, Jeremy was not available Friday or Saturday. He will be back this week.
Would you describe Kirby as being crafty, cerebral? How would you?
I don't really put any thought into it, but I like Kirby. I feel like I like. You asked me if I like what my relationship was, and I'd have a friendship with him, or I like his personality. He's a fun guy to be around, but it's not like we're besties or anything like that.
Mark, you said in the last 2 weeks that thank the crowd for having a tangible impact on the outcome. You're facing the reverse of that this week. What do you say to your guys to withstand that crowd atmosphere is pouring in?
Well, they're we're prepared for it going on the road to South Carolina. Obviously, this is a much different team, different environment, but hopefully we learned from that experience. And just as far as our operation, our preparation, and guys feed on that sometimes too. Even though it's hostile and it's there's something different about it. You have to do it. So you're going to go into some tough environment, so you better embrace it. And talk and as I said it a long time ago in one of the games, but run to the roar, man. Enjoy it. You're going to hear that there'll be rocking, and you better embrace it and play at a high level because you can't hide from it.
You think it's fair to say that this is the best defense Georgia will see?
Pardon me?
You think it's fair to say this is the best defense?
That's your words, not mine.
Mark, offensively, is Georgia any different with Bennett at quarterback than they were with Daniels?
Not much. Stetson, is doing a great job of just managing their offense and making impressive throws when he has to. You saw last week, quick strike when it's there. You see him, working it, running their offense. So not too much different, no.
Mark, strictly as an educational point, what was the explanation for why the ball to Cummings was not a catch?
I'm number one. I haven't received my voiceover back yet from, and sometimes I'll talk with John McDade, and I think he does a remarkable job of communicating with us. I haven't received that back, but unfortunately, even when I do, I'm not allowed to relay that to you. Yeah.
Did you think it was a catch?
I think whatever was ruled on the field was going to stand.
Does number one, does that mean anything when you see that up there?
Pardon me?
Does the number one team, does that matter at all?
Not really. If it does to our players individually, so be it. Whatever they need to motivate them, again, whatever they need to sacrifice as far as, getting a little extra sleep, eating good, watching a few extra snaps or watching a few extra minutes a day on film, whatever, individually, it needs to motivate us. But our process, our preparation needs to be consistent if we want to be what we want to be.
Mark, you mentioned progressively getting better this year. I think everyone has seen that week to week with one obvious exception. And you mentioned hard work and discipline. Is it simple is not the right word, but is it that basic, or are there other intangibles?
It is, but that's harder to do than, do you know what goes into that? Yeah, it's maybe the same talking points to me, and I wrote some things on the board last Monday that probably still up there. I'll reiterate it. I'll have a new message, but it's the same. It is the same. However, that's easier said than done, right? These guys have a lot on their plate. They are physically and emotionally going through a lot. So that there's quite a bit that goes into a week. The preparation and that needs to stay the same, yes. But again, they are physically beat up, they're mentally beat down, they have school, they have, a lot of things on their plate. And but, they know the systems and the processes that we have in place to be successful. They know that. They have to go do it. We all have to do it.
Is there anything to having the vibe after this game that kind of keeps you all up to
Pardon me?
like having the off week after this? Does it kind of free you up at all? Just to really even more just physically go out there and throw it at
I'll approach it when we haven't changed our approach in the last several weeks as far as my practice schedule. We haven't changed. So again, I said it last week. What did I say on Monday or a week before? I said it again. I'll say it again. We're going hard. You know what I mean? There's no laying off the gas. We're banged up. We're beat up. I don't give a crap. We're going hard. We're going to be, we're going to be who we are and do the best we can.
Breeds more attention. SEC Nation last week, game day this week. How have you seen your guys handle the additional drains on their time, even with the
that is different. Yeah, that is different. And even for myself, there's more things you have to do, but that comes with the territory. And again, I talked to them about just managing that, and make sure Susan and Tony don't put too much on my guys, and with them individually. Not trying to do too much with some of them. You know, last week I noticed it because I got done with one of my meetings and then I got up to my office and I got that good view and I saw Will out there on the field and I was like, that's enough. Get him off the field. You know what I mean? So that's enough of that stuff, whatever they were demonstrating out there.
Having G-Tom back in the mix, what can that do?
Oh, you saw it. You saw it Saturday. He's he's a guy that we like in this offense because he could catch and make plays out of the backfield and do a lot of good things. So he's getting back, and it's nice to have him. Nice to have that option.
It's about him kind of being a natural.
Pass. Yeah, he does a nice job with that, and it's nice because we could get Michael going a little bit, Drennan as well, and so there was some options off some of the things that we did Saturday that we could build on.
On that kind of same subject, Cavassier seems to really be coming on. What's been the key to that, and how much does that help when you've got two really good backs?
It helps a lot. You know, last week we talked about it in here as well that I felt like Cavassier was starting to take it to another level, and again it comes with his approach through the week. As you know, coaches get more and more confident in players when they're consistent and they're consistently doing good things. You know, and sometimes young players don't understand that. What do I have to do? How do I do? You know, well, you have to do things right. You know, all the time, and it's a pretty big deal for us when they don't. You know, that doesn't mean anybody's perfect. You guys are going to make mistakes, but some guys have earned your trust through the course of thousands of reps.
Hill also, he's helped us, what change?
Yeah, is what?
His health. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, he's healthy. He's healthy.
He's been banged up.
Yeah, he has been.
Well, this game is the type of game you talked about at your introductory press conference many years ago. Things were pretty bleak at that point. Has this kind of played out the way you had it envisioned when you took the job as time flown by to get to this point?
That's for you. I don't mean to be disrespectful in the answer. I mean, I don't think about it like that. I don't.
Mark, back when you were playing just a few years
I mean, I'm happy with being in this position. You know, I'm happy with being 6-0. It's a lot better than being 5-1. You know what I mean? So, but again, it's this week. You know, that's the way I look at it. You know, this week.
back when you were playing just a few years ago, if a player had become known nationally for eating whole bananas and drinking coffee with mayonnaise, what do you think?
The reaction would have been, I mean, how different is it
Think-
today? This game?
Yeah, things are a lot different right now than 9 years ago. It is what it is, you know, and you know, all the social media is different. The phones are different. The info's different. You know, name, image, and likeness is different. You know, but hey, I've always been good with be who you are. You know, that's what makes, you know, coming together as a team and an organization fun. There's a lot of different characters in there, and you know, I love each and every one of them in a different way. But we're all different.
The Stoops family's undefeated right now. Oklahoma undefeated, Iowa undefeated, you guys undefeated. What's that family interaction like right now?
Well, that's good, but we're not totally. I mean, my brother Mike is down there at FAU, and you know, Mike is the defense coordinator there, and they've had some ups and downs this year. So, and my brother Ron is still coaching, trying to help my high school out, and they're having a rough year. So, you know, we just my Uncle Bob will come in here once in a while and still be Uncle Bob, and we got a lot of us still active, but. Good day Saturday, obviously, with the Sooners coming back and Drake having a big game and doing a lot of things. And Bob, I'm sure, we talked through text, had a great time and being back in Iowa City where we all play, where the three of us played, and then us with the win. So my mother was here this past weekend, so it was great to see her. Yeah, we talk still quite a bit. Yeah. Depends now. He's doing that media, and who knows where he's going to be, and he's flying around doing that stuff.
How do you build on Will's momentum? Do you coach him up anymore or any less?
Just continue to do what he's done to improve, you know. In the talking points from last week, obviously Liam working with him, just continue to build on that. Like I always say, right? Cultivate the good, you know, right? So anything that he's done well, you know, continue to do that and not get too far ahead of himself.
You feel
this is, Liam Coin's best job this past weekend.
Oh, that,
In that he's playing.
you guys are trying to put a lot of words in my mouth this week. You guys phrase the questions. That's your opinion, and you could write and talk about it how you want. I can't control that. He did a really good job, and but you've heard me talk about it since day one. How much confidence I've had in him, right? Every day. I've never wavered from that.
To see Will make so many plays with his feet.
Pardon me?
Like to not only his arm talent, but to make so many plays with his feet, getting those first downs. How much does that mean for the offense?
Well, it means a lot because sometimes you have to go play the game, and sometimes you have to ad lib a little. Sometimes it's hard to coach all the time. When you need to stay very patient in the pocket, when you need to move and buy time in the pocket, when you need to pull it down and run. I think he's making really good decisions. Not perfect, but he's playing the game, and he's a good. As some Lonnie mentioned or somebody, he's a good football player. He's doing good. He's just playing ball and doing a good job and getting better with every opportunity.
Okay,
You say that,
go ahead, John.
you say you're excited that because this team continues to get better. Where do you feel like it's made the most improvement since the beginning of the year?
That's a great question. Obviously, turnover. The turnovers is probably the biggest area of improvement. Ball security. I'd like to continue to create turnovers, but we have control over the ball security, in particular fumbles, and so I think any one specific area that would be the past several games.
Okay, folks,
Thank you.